Welcome to the IVF Abroad podcast for people who are struggling with infertility and trying to conceive and who are facing more obstacles than options when it comes to having fertility testing or treatment in their home countries. Alongside other experts, I will share, educate and empower you on your journey and help you to learn more about going abroad for advanced fertility testing and treatments like IVF and egg donation. I'm Emma Haslam, your host, now mum of one, and the go-to expert in fertility treatment abroad. Since the birth of our son in 2018, I have made it my mission to make fertility treatment more informed, transparent, accessible, supported and affordable for more people. And I help people just like you to become unstuck, to find a best fit clinic that truly meets their needs and to have fertility treatment on their terms and timescales so they can achieve their dreams of growing their families. And I'm here now to help you too. Be sure to check out the free resources in the show notes for more help after listening to today's episode. Hello, hi and welcome back to this week's episode of the IVF Abroad podcast. Now, before we dive into this episode, I would love to ask you to hit the subscribe button and to leave a review for this podcast. If you have ever found this podcast at all helpful, then it would be so great if you could take 10 seconds to do that for me, please, because that will help the podcast algorithms to push this podcast out so that more people can find it and I can help more people with this totally free content. And if you've already done that, thank you so much. But if not, if you hit the subscribe button and leave a review, it would mean the world. Thank you. Now, on to today's episode. What can go wrong when you've not got the right guidance when it comes to planning fertility treatment or testing or gynae procedures abroad? If you've listened to any of my other podcasts, you will know that planning and having your fertility treatment abroad can absolutely be done. But you will also know that it is very easy to get overwhelmed, to lose time, to make the wrong decisions when you don't have the right information or the right guidance. And I want to talk you through some of the most common things that I see going wrong, not to scare you, but so that I can help you to try and avoid some very real and very common mistakes that people make, because you don't know what you don't know. And then at the end, I'm going to share with you something for free that will help you to understand exactly how you can approach going abroad for fertility testing, treatment, gynae procedures properly so that you can start to move forward with confidence and with clarity. So why does this happen? Well, I completely understand why this happens and why people try to figure this out themselves. Often it's because people are trying to save money. People perhaps don't understand that all fertility clinics are not the same, and also that they don't all work in the same ways. And when you're going abroad, might not be well set up for international patients. And some people think it's just a case of picking a fertility clinic and making the booking. Lots of people don't realise quite how many moving parts that there are involved in the process when you're having fertility treatment abroad and in the organisation stages, until they're already in it. And then it's that whole, you don't know what you don't know until you need to know it. And then often it's like, what do we do now? And they get stuck. I also think that there's almost so much information out there now that people think we can figure this out ourselves. But then actually that can make people feel even more overwhelmed, even more confused. And there's a lot of conflicting information. There's a lot of inaccurate information. You know, we've got Google, we've got forums, we've got online recommendations, we've got free clinic matching tools, we've got AI. And, you know, there's a wealth of information, not all of it accurate. And sometimes too much information in the wrong places can just be overwhelming and mean that we're not moving forward either. So while some of these things can absolutely be helpful as a starting point, none of these will take into account your specific situation. And a lot of them are biased, and a lot of them, particularly things like AI, which definitely have their uses, are not always accurate. And so you've got to be really, really careful. And that's where things can start to go wrong for people. They either get stuck in analysis paralysis because they're so overwhelmed with the amount of information out there for them that they can access, or they are working with information that is biased and or incorrect. And something else I see a lot of is people not always recognizing the value of support, which I can see why that makes complete sense, because let's be honest, having fertility treatment is already a big financial investment. And even if you're going abroad and saving a lot of money, it's still a big financial investment. So the idea of spending money on top of that for things like guidance can feel like an extra cost that you'd rather avoid. But then what can happen is that without the right information, the right guidance, the right plan in place, people end up losing time, repeating steps, or going down the wrong path, which then can actually cost them so much more in the long run, not just financially, but emotionally, in terms of time, and also in terms of the outcome as well. Another thing that I see is when people go into this completely blind, is that they often choose a clinic based on how good a website looks or what somebody has told them on a forum, or what AI has suggested. And I can see how that happens, but they don't necessarily realise that fertility clinics are all different and that the information they're consuming might not be accurate, and they don't necessarily know whether a clinic is actually the right fit for their situation, and perhaps they haven't thought about it in this way, because ultimately I never knew that all fertility clinics were not built the same, because nobody tells us that, and they don't say to us, oh, we're not the right clinic for you. No, they take the money. And while that is categorically wrong, that is what happens. So we need to be able to make sure that we're going to the right clinic for our needs. But as I said, I understand why people do this, because you're trying to make the best decision you can with the information that you've got. And, clinics are very good at pulling together polished websites, but they don't tell you whether that clinic's right for a case like yours. It doesn't tell you about their approach, their experience, or whether they're actually the right choice for you. And then tools like I've mentioned, like Google and forums and AI, can give you lists of clinics, but they can't tell you which one is right for your specific circumstances, for your budget, for your personality, for those nuances that make this so important in terms of the experience that you're going to have and the outcome you're more likely to get. So people think they're making informed decisions, but they're often missing that key piece, which is having a clear, personalised strategy to be able to guide the choices, to give choices that are appropriate so that you can make those informed decisions. And another really common one is speaking to far too many clinics at once. So people book multiple consultations, filling out lots of inquiries, trying to compare everything. They're not sure what they should be asking in terms of how to make sure a clinic is suitable and safe. And then instead of feeling clearer, again, they just feel more and more confused. Because when you're trying to get too many different opinions in the wrong places and different approaches and different recommendations and no clear way to know which direction is actually right, all you end up doing is making yourself feel worse and feel more overwhelmed. And then you're still no further forward. And I see this happening all the time. And it's absolutely not your fault, because there's just almost so much out there now. The other thing that people do is they sort of start in the wrong place. So maybe before understanding which country might be right for them, they're going straight to clinics. And I've mentioned this recently in an episode. It's really important that country is considered first. You can be open to different countries and that's great, but you need to make sure that a country that you're considering is somewhere where you can legally have your treatment, where you understand legal frameworks, you understand what things are like there ethically, politically, whether you can get there, cost of living, things like that, and whether you can have the treatment you need in your situation in that country. So if you start with clinics instead of countries, then again, you can quickly end up overwhelmed and going down the wrong path and wasting time. And being stuck in this situation, because I've been in this, it's frustrating, and you just become more and more confused. And then people often underestimate the logistics as well. So, as I said, having fertility treatment abroad can be very manageable when it's planned properly. But you'll have to get things organised, tests, medication, timing, travel, coordination between countries and at a long distance. And when those things aren't lined up properly and you don't know what to expect, then that's when it starts to feel stressful, overwhelming, and much harder than it needs to be. And that all comes at a cost. It might not come at a financial cost, or you might not feel like it comes at a financial cost, but it is coming at a cost, and it's likely to cost you more money in the long run. And the thing is, it's not just about getting something wrong or it being a practical thing to think about. It's about emotional impact of feeling more confused, of second guessing every decision, of losing momentum and feeling more stuck than when you started, when you're already going through something that is so difficult. And as I said, none of this is your fault. You're going through a really, really tough time, and it can be really hard to work out what's best to spend your money on and where and what and who you should be listening to. And none of this, though, means that having fertility treatment abroad should be discounted because it's too difficult or shouldn't be something that you should consider. Absolutely not. It just means that you need a clear plan. It means that you need to start in the right place and that you need to be using the right information, because honestly, it makes a massive difference to how smooth and manageable the process feels and how likely you are to get the right country and the right clinic for your needs, your personality and your budget, and therefore giving yourself the best chance of success and looking back with no regrets. So I said at the beginning I was going to give you something free at the end to help you with your next steps from here, because if you're listening to this and thinking, look, I don't want to get this wrong, Emma, but I also don't know what the right steps are, then I've pulled together a free training for you where I walk you through exactly how you can approach this properly. And I cover the key things that you need to think about and the highlights and the watch outs as well, in a way so that you can then understand your options and how you can move forward. So if you would like a copy of that, then you can go to the link in the show notes, or if you're following me over on Instagram, or even if you're not, come and follow me at Your IVF Abroad, Your IVF Abroad. And if you drop the word training into my DMs, then you'll automatically get the link to get your copy of this training. So I hope that this has been helpful. Having fertility treatment abroad is a wonderful option for so many people, but you just need to understand the correct information so that you can go into this understanding exactly what you need to know about the highlights and the watch outs, and so that you can make the right, best decisions for you all the way along this process without any surprises. And when I say surprises, I mean the kind of surprises that we don't want, that blindside you on this journey when you're already going through a really difficult time, because done right, it can be such a great option for people. And I want you to have a really good experience of going abroad for your treatment if that's what you decide to do. So download the training. As I said, the link is in the show notes, or come over to Instagram at Your IVF Abroad and drop the word training into my DMs and you will get a link to get your copy. Until next time, I'll speak soon. Bye. If you are facing more obstacles than options and want to learn more about how to overcome your fertility testing and treatment challenges in your home country so that you too can fast track to growing your family and on your terms, then check out my free training at yourivfabroad.co.uk/free masterclass. Don't forget to rate and subscribe so you don't miss an episode and so that I can reach and help more people. Thanks for listening.